until last year when we passed the tax exemptions into an act. Exemptions were being granted here and there, and it's on record that the extent of exemptions that were given were quite significant, that it was over billions of Ghana cedis. And the need for us to then have this tax exemption to ensure that exemptions are streamlined. And so passing the Exemptions Act was to ensure that, yes, sectors that need certain exemptions, because basically why are exemptions granted? The exemptions are granted to attract investment in certain areas. So definitely you cannot discount the need for tax exemptions. But you ask yourself, where are the exemptions going? I'm not aware of which companies are being granted exemptions. But like I said, it's good if we have an exemption policy as we have and ensure that it is actually utilized for the purpose for which it was designed, and giving exemptions to sectors specific where we need to boost our economy. Because something we have become an import-dependent economy. And you see that discussion so far has been, in as much as industries, some exemptions or waivers have been granted, we still have a situation of cost of doing business being very high. Inflation very high, cost of funding very high, and for which reason it's very, very difficult for businesses to survive. I can tell you on authority that if you take industry, the manufacturing sector, more than 60% are not manufacturing. They are only packaging, and you can do a research on that. They are only doing packaging instead of manufacturing.
Okay.
Because it's become quite expensive to manufacture in Ghana. The exemptions or waivers that have been granted under this budget, hoping that it will pass into law, are good. Like I said earlier, industry was looking for more. The waiver for locally manufactured testers, which is very good. We may not get all the exemptions at a go. So for me, it's a starting point that we have started.
But how does that work? These rafts of waivers in an austerity, how does it work?
Yes, so in as much as we are giving exemptions, we are not giving exemption for corporate income tax. We are giving exemption for indirect taxes. This will allow the cost to go down, and by that, consumption automatically goes up, given other factors within the economy. Okay. And once consumption is going up, you are able to do more business, you are able to make more profit. Government tends to get more profit. And that's why we say that the exemption in itself is not bad. It is how you do it and who you are giving to. Are you giving the exemptions to priority sectors? And so, for instance, the exemption to the importation of agri machinery and inputs, very important, because if you take the agri sector, we need to grow our agri sector. And so if we are having the inputs being exempted from import duties, what's happening? We are going to then have a better yield at a lower cost, and we should be able to then reduce the cost of food and other things that we talk about.